So let's take a look at your setup of your start. I see that your feet are shoulder width apart. That's good. You have a wedge, which is really nice, so you won't have to slip on your start. You're holding on to the handles, which is great. I love the handles, and I like that your thumb placement is on top of the handle. I always like to do that too in my backstroke start. It just feels like I'm a little bit more stable when I'm holding on to the handles. Okay, now let's see you into that starting position. So you're pulling yourself up. I like that as you're coming up, your eyes are looking above you, like at the blocks. That's really great. You have a really good body line. The only thing that I would say you might want to work on is I always like to kind of have a 90-degree bend in my knees here. Here you are very close to your calves and your butt is very close to your feet. I like to try to have like a 90-degree bend. This will be a little bit more of a power position for you because right now you have to, if you continue to do your start like this, you have to push forward, push back a little bit more with your legs than starting like a little bit further. Like if you stick your butt out just a little bit more to have a 90-degree bend, you'll be probably out here. Your bottom will probably be out there, and then you would just already be in a power position to kind of jump backwards this way with your legs. You have like a really straight line with your back that looks good. Think about trying to engage your shoulder blades, so try to keep those connected in order to engage your core and your back when you are holding right there. But overall, you have a really good setup of your backstroke start. One thing that you engage first is you are pushing with your feet, which is really good. You're arching your back and throwing your hands over your head, which is really great. I like that start. You have a really high arch here. It looks great. One thing that I want you to think about is when you're doing your backstroke start is watch your feet as they kind of drag along the surface of the water here. And I want you to try to get a little bit more power on your jump so you're not dragging your feet on the surface of the water. Another thing that you start to do is you start to throw your head back this way, which is really good. I thought that you were going to throw your head back a little bit more than you did because you're still kind of looking up here or up towards the block where you were looking at. So I want you to think about when you initiate with that start with the power coming from your legs, I want you to think about also throwing your head back too. So you want to be like looking backwards almost. Okay, now let's take a look at what your arms are doing off of the start. Here, you're in your starting position, you push off, and your legs have all the power here, which is good. And then you kind of just like let go of the blocks here with your hands. You just kind of let go. At the same time, your feet are pushing off the wall. You also want to be pushing with your hands off of those handles. So really try to push and generate that power from your feet as well as your hands when you're going into that backstroke start. Now let's look at your entry into the water off of that start. I said earlier the arch is really good. I think that right here, when you're here, I think you could throw your head back a little bit more so you're looking back at the other side of the wall. And even again, here you could do it a little bit more. The only thing that I noticed on your start here is your feet. You have them pointed here, but then they kind of get, you kind of like flex them forward, if you can see it here. They were pointed earlier, right here. And then as you enter, kind of after you pop your hips, your feet come, they're flat, which is interesting. I think you want to, when you're entering in the water, you still want to keep your feet pointed. So try to keep them as pointed as you can when you enter, and then initiate that dolphin kick there. And you get into your dolphin kicks right away, which is really good. You're snapping your hips forward and backwards, you're engaging your core, you have a really kind of big dolphin kick. Maybe try to think about creating a smaller, tighter, faster dolphin kick. And it does look like your feet are pointed in here as you are doing your up kick for your dolphin kick, so you're getting a lot of surface area on that dolphin kick, so you're getting a lot of power, generating a lot of power, speed, and momentum, which is really great. Again, through here, your core, your back, your streamline is really good. One thing that I notice as I'm watching your dolphin kicks here is you're snapping your hips back really well. You have good bend in your knees. Again, look at those feet there. That is great. You're dolphin kicking kind of knock-kneed, and you're getting, like I said before previously, a lot of surface area for that dolphin kick. One thing that I want you to think about working on is snapping your hips forward a little bit more. That's going to help with your down kick. You're moving straight through the water as you're doing your dolphin kicks. Your legs are really the only thing that's moving here. You are engaging your core and keeping the rest of your body pretty flat. So that's really great. You're really only just using your legs and your core to move through the water. You come up just in time. Might be a little bit past the 15-meter mark, so maybe doing 1 or 2 last kicks. I know that when I get a speed suit on, I tend to go past the 15-meter mark. Now let's look at your breakout. So you're doing your dolphin kicks, and then you initiate with that right arm here, the breakout. So you're at the same time, you're still dolphin kicking. Your freestyle kick doesn't start until you get to this point here in your breakout. So think about as your hand is initiating that breakout, that's when you want to start doing your flutter kick here. I see you're initiating your breakout. Make sure that you're taking the most powerful stroke you can, grabbing that water, and just think about getting. Now let's take a look at the actual breakout. So we talked about, I mentioned starting that dolphin kick as you're starting to break out, or starting that flutter kick as you're initiating your first pull. So starting that flutter kick sooner. Let's look at how you come out of the water here. Looks really good. You don't really pop out of the water too much, like you don't come up out of the water. You stay pretty flat and move your momentum forward as you're breaking out, which looks really good. One thing that maybe you want to think about doing is when you finish this stroke, really trying to initiate that first stroke here and grab that water and do that breakout a little bit faster. But other than that, your breakout looks really, really good. A lot of sometimes backstrokers, I feel like they try as they break out. You'll notice sometimes they just try to shoot up and then out, and that's really not moving efficiently through the water. But you, right here, you take that breakout stroke, you have your freestyle kick started, and you're really moving forward, shooting forward through the water efficiently. And you get right into that high-speed kick and high-speed rate while you're swimming. So your breakout looks really, really great, Amelia.